Welcome back. It is day 2 of Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa's second appearance at the Zondo Commission of Inquiry into State Capture. Yesterday, the president testifying on his role as deputy president several years ago. Today, he's been explaining his actions as a head of state. eNCA's Govan Whittles following those proceedings for us, joining us now for more this hour. Govan, good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday View. One of the aspects that was discussed at length today with the president was about the whole issue surrounding the state security apparatus, including his latest decision when he reshuffled the cabinet, taking over those state security apparatus directly under the presidency. What did he say?
Yes, Pradhan, it's probably the most revealing bit of testimony that we've heard from the president today. And for the first time, he's opened up about his reasons for moving the State Security Agency into the presidency and responded directly to criticism that he's trying to create a super presidency, that these are the signs of a dictator, or that we're moving towards towards a more authoritative state where the president is in control. Just a slip of the tongue there, Pradhan. But we do understand from the president that the high-level report authored by Dr. Sidney Mufamadi was at the center, or at least formed a big deal of his decision to take the State Security Agency into the presidency. And he says that's because the high-level review panel report had revealed to him the existence not only of the non-SSA members which were trained and provided arms but remain non-SSA members as a presidential protection unit, but it also revealed the threat that they may still be in possession of these arms and some of this funding, and the threat that they pose to the South African state is still under assessment. The president going a bit further, saying that it's not an unreasonable proposition that the unit which came from the non-SSA members could be involved in the destabilization of the country in July. That's a much softer way of saying what the deputy minister in the SSA, Zizi Kodwa, had said, that they believe that this network of spies had some hand in the destabilization of the country. And the president going a bit further about the SSA and what he hopes it will be like in the presidency. Let's have a look at what he had to say.
It's an agency that has been docked with a lot of controversy and trouble. And as I said earlier, it's got a lot of good people in it. And we just need to realign its work properly with the objectives of our developmental state. It is possible that in time to come, we may once again delineate a person, as said in our Constitution, who can be in charge. But for now, I've deemed it proper to realign it properly and have it in the presidency. And this happens in many countries around the world. State security is viewed as a very sensitive and important arm of the state to serve the nation, and not so much also to serve the state, but the nation as a whole. In many countries, they do not have a minister of state security. They rather have the heads of those agencies reporting to the president or to the head of government or even of state in certain instances. So that is what we've put into effect. And we're hoping and are committed to ensuring that we realign the State Security Agency. Many people have misunderstood it. Chairperson, they've even gone to an extent of saying the president is now creating a super presidency, and others have gone on to say this is now the emergence of a dictatorship. Others are saying we are becoming a totalitarian state. Far be it from it. All we are seeking to do this very important entity of government is to realign it, to repurpose it.
Ramaphosa saying he's not being totalitarian there, Govan, by taking over the security apparatus into the state. But he also addressed other issues, the capabilities that exist within the state, its capacity to manage its own affairs, to avoid paying those millions and millions to consultants.
He has indeed, Bradan. The president saying that in principle he's opposed to outsourcing. And he believes that that has led to the degradation of the state's capability to respond effectively and at cost price, at a cheaper price. And of course, the president has made it clear that when the state is buying things, it would be preferable that they pay a discount instead of the inflated prices and what's been called the government price, which is often given to the state by consultants and outsourced companies, which at times are not outsourcing for things that the president believes should be in-house, like the providing of cutlery or crockery for meals at government functions. And the president says this does have a serious impact not only on the government's ability to render these services with its own equipment, but also to the level of capacity that the government has in terms of people, with most of the best people leaving the government service into the private sector. The president saying in this clip we're about to watch that he would prefer if those people are brought into the government once again and that its capacity is boosted. Let's have a look.
Generally opposed to outsourcing because I think outsourcing weakens the state. It denudes the state of capability. One of the challenges we're facing now is that the state has been so weakened, and in one of the efforts that we are making now is to strengthen the capacity of the state. And if we have to strengthen the capacity of the state, we must have skilled people, professionals, and that is why we've now embarked on this trajectory of professionalizing the public service, because we do have people in the public service who are well-trained, who are skilled, who are well-educated. And during the period of state capture, they have been sidelined, and some of them actually left the employ of the state because the tasks they were doing were just generally outsourced. And I am now saying that we need to insource.
Okay, Govan Whittles, 2 o'clock is coming up. The president will continue. Timing-wise, do we know? Yesterday they were busy until 4:30. I heard one of the evidence leaders today earlier saying, oh, maybe tomorrow, President, you'll answer this. Is this expected to continue beyond today, or they only said 2 days?
Well, they've only set down the 2 days, and that's what we understand has been allocated in the president's diary. But we did hear that comment from Advocate Paul Pretorius, and there's been no response to it from the acting Chief Justice or from the president's legal team. So we'll keep a keen eye out for that and indicate a bit later. Bradan.
Thank you very much, Govan Whittles, at the State Capture Inquiries venue in Braamfontein here in Johannesburg.